Hello there.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. We are in the teams tournament. Exciting stuff happening here. We have the number 2 seed Galac-Deez Nuts, fresh off their win against former champions Manhattan Project, find themselves at the number 2 seed here today, going up against a rookie team with the worst name ever, and they're playing a team called Galac-Deez Nuts. And it's not Dean's fault. His name is just in there. It's the Bourne Ideantity. Feels like I'm nuts and never mind. The Bourne Ideantity won their debut match by decisive knockout, did very, very well, wound up at the number 7 seed at 1-0, have a chance to continue their undefeated streak after just one match, did better than the other debut team. That's why they're the 7 seed, not the 8 seed. Those guys are a couple of losers. But we'll see what happens here today. I think it's anyone's game. I'm excited to see it. Hopefully you are too. Let's hear what the teams have to say in the promos.
It's a little bit my fault. It's my name.
I love coming in as like the rookie that no one really gives a fuck about because we have nothing to lose. Me and Dean had fun. Maria bullied both of us on our last match, and we're hardened. We're bonded together, and now we're here to bust some nuts.
Oh, no. I didn't like that, I reckon. Listen, you guys are a great team. We love team. Ideantity. Ideantity? Oh, that's slightly better, I reckon.
Team.
Listen, Nuts are a great team. Yeah, let's just have fun. Let's just have a grand old time, I reckon.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like
Light the fuse.
How's it going, man?
It's going well. I just want to say to the other team, guys, don't worry about people hating your team name. They'll get used to it, just like they did with ours.
Yeah.
Enough. They'll hardly make fun of you at all.
Yeah. We get a lot of hate, but we love it. At this point, we're just doing our thing. And yeah, man, I think we're also going to just have fun tonight, man. So, but I always look forward to these moments with you.
You know, I can see fuck all through these classes.
Well, good thing you don't have to see the questions, just answer.
Yes, I can't see anything. Okay.
But yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's have fun tonight.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thought Javi was going to forget to say the thing there. Maybe Tim cut it out. Who knows? And Antonio Abel apparently playing from the dark. I'm excited. Brooding. It's going to be a good time. Let's get into round number 1. Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions, and they're all with Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, it would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 1?
I feel good. I can't get lost in Abel's eyes now.
That's better.
That's fair. Your first question will come in the category of the Wizarding World. Who does Bill Weasley marry in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1? We just need first name. And yes, I understand I was on a team with quite a bad name as well recently. Wasn't my fault. I suggested some great team names, quite frankly, that were all just skipped over. And eventually I said, you know what, you guys, you pick. And that was a mistake. 5.
What did you pitch?
3, 2, 1. Pens down. I'll look in a second. We'll go to Antonio.
Floor?
We'll go to Adelaide.
Floor.
Abel.
Ouais, vraiment. Elle s'appelle Fleur de la Paix.
And Dean.
I got my vowels mixed up. Floor.
Fleur, that's fine with me. Fleur is correct. 2 points apiece. Clean sweep. As we move to the next question, which comes in the category.
That sounds more Harry Potterish, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Comes in the category of the MCU. Who plays Kamala Khan in the Marvels? Let me see if I can. Unfortunately, our chat with the three of us is called Yusa and Big Doo-Doo now. I'm reminded every time I go and look at it. But there were some okay ones, and then Kaiser would just be like, "How about this worse option?" And I'd be like, "Okay." 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Spence.
Iman Vellani.
Iman Vellani.
Dean.
Iman Vellani.
And Antonio.
Iman Vellani.
Iman Vellani is correct. Another clean sweep, 4-4. Let's move to the next question, which comes in the category of Creature Features. Which Creature Features film was the first to feature the villain Shredder? Almost there. Sorry, we talked a lot in this group chat. We were like, "How was your vacation?" And I was like, "Oh, this is nice." The team name discussion is more towards the top. We'll get there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Abel.
I just called it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We'll go to Dean.
I called it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We'll go to Antonio.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And Spence.
I added On Secret of the Years at the last minute. Fuck.
Is the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't need the years. It was the first one, so that is correct. Nuts takes the lead 6-5. So we move to the next question, which comes in the category of DC. In Batman Returns, what does Max Schreck use to lure the Penguin downstairs to meet his campaign team? So close to gold here. Let me just... We talked so much in this group chat. It's wild for how bad we did. Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Dean.
Is it a fish?
We'll go to Antonio.
And a dead fish.
We'll go to Spence.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
And Otto.
Bless you.
Fish is correct. I believe it is dead, so I will accept all answers. Nuts leads 8-7 as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of YA. What is the name of the vampire coven that Aro, Caius, and Marcus are the leaders of in the Twilight franchise?
That one point is going to make a huge difference. Yeah.
Come on, give me... I cannot believe this was this long ago. Basically, this whole group chat is us being like, so what fandom strength should we give the other team? And then us just talking about the fandom strengths that we're good at. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat, please.
2. That is Dean and the Bourne Ideantity's first repeat. The question again. What is the name of the vampire coven that Aro, Caius, and Marcus are the leaders of in the Twilight franchise? I think I can officially say, don't hate these films. I acknowledge they're not the best in the world. In fact, I might even say they're bad. But you know,
you've just become numb to the pain, man.
That must be it.
They're a good time.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with, I think, Antonio.
The Volturi.
Go to Spence.
Volturi.
Abel.
Volturi.
And Dean.
Couldn't get there. Viteri.
Oh.
So close, but Volturi is correct. So Nuts will widen the lead. It is 10-8. As we move to the next question, which comes in the category of the worlds of DC. In Justice League, who convinces Aquaman to join the team by saying it's what his mother would have done? This joke better pay. I better have had some good team name suggestions. Oh, here they are. Team number 1 was Happy Hour. 2 was Challenge Accepted, because the 3 of us, we would challenge a lot, was the joke. And then someone said Backpacking Through Trios. Did I say that? Because I don't like that one now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Spence.
That sounds like something Mira would say.
We'll go to Abel.
I'll set Mira.
We'll go to Dean
Mira.
and Antonio.
That damn bitch Mira.
Mira is correct.
Fucking missed a question. God.
Mira is correct. So here's the next question, which comes in the category of Law and Order. In which Law and Order film does the main character fly to Russia after being informed that their son has been arrested there? Yeah. I think the first 2 are good. Like Happy Hour. I kind of want a team to name themselves Happy Hour, but they need to be like it needs to be like Abel and Jacoby on a team. And
That sounds like fun.
You could do Fandom mix-up.
Maybe one day. Probably not any day soon.
Uh,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Abel.
A terrible day to die hard.
We'll go to Dean.
A good day to die hard.
We'll go to Antonio
Good day to die hard.
and Spence.
it's one of the ones I hadn't seen.
A Good Day to Die Hard is correct. And that's why it's the lead again. 3-point lead, 14-11, as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of Mixed Bag. Which actor portrays a character in the following films? Star Trek Beyond, Finding Dory, and Hobbs and Shaw. Or Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. If you didn't know who presented it. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get to. And honestly, these 2 teams you see before you are maybe the catalyst for this, where I just name the teams. Like people come to me and say, like, "This is the team we want," and I get to be like, "Great, here's your name."
It's not that bad of a team name.
Too
It's
much
just-
power.
Have you ever denied the team name?
4, 3, yeah, 2. I'll tell you. All right, that is Antonio's first repeat. So Nuts' first repeat. The question again. What actor portrays a character in the following films? Star Trek Beyond, Finding Dory, and Hobbs and Shaw. There was Jim and Jacob tried to be like 2 Jim, 2 Jacob, Fandom Drift. And I was like, cool. No, I'm going to call you Fandom Drift. And so that's how that happened. And then Nazario, I wrote an article about this where he was like, me and Brandon are going to be the Twilight Saga Ascendant Breaking Dawn Part 2, The Scorched Trials. And I was like, cool, I'm going to call you the Saga. And unless you win a championship, I'm never saying that whole thing. 5,
Fair enough.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with, boy, do I not know. Dean, I think.
Idris Elba.
Antonio.
Also guess Idris Elba.
Oh, hold it up, Antonio. Oh, there you go. Froze for half a second. Spence.
I'm free Friday if you want to call me Idris Elba.
Hand up.
So, by my count, this is the actor who's in the most different fandom categories. Idris Elba.
Wait,
That's fair. Idris Elba is
I'm
correct.
studying crazy.
I've been testing Anna on a lot of questions recently, and she's guessed Idris Elba correctly like multiple times. Okay. We'll move to the penultimate question. I'd be remiss not to mention that Abel and Antonio is still perfect to this point. Your penultimate question comes in the category of Disney animation. Your question is, name one of Mirabelle's 2 sisters in Encanto. Yeah, no. Idris Elba's everywhere. And then we were watching him and someone else. She's got their names down because they're in everything. Crazy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Antonio.
No idea. Esperanza?
We'll go to Spence.
I put Lucinda.
We'll go to Abel.
Julieta.
And Dean.
Isabel.
All unfortunately incorrect. Looking for Luisa or
Luisa.
Isabella.
Oh,
Ah,
Dude.
I'll leave that up to you if you want to say further, but I will say that's incorrect.
should we bring in Javi?
We can. I don't think we're gonna get the point.
my
He's a
stepfather
genius.
was not
We gotta
Aunt
bring-
Isabel.
Do they
My older sisters, Isabella and Luisa. I don't think they're going to give it to you.
They never say
This
Isabel?
happened in Frenzy when
Okay.
Brittany said Isabel and the answer was Isabella. Turns out it actually was Isabel. That's not important. They do determine it as a difference, so I wouldn't challenge it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Heartbreaker, nonetheless. But with that, we'll move to the final question in round number one. Next category will be Epic Adventures. In the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, what kind of animal is Captain Barbossa's pet jet? I want to do an impression, but I won't, because I think it'll make you think of things that give away the answer. Not that I'm pretty sure everyone has the answer, but still. We'll see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Spence.
We named the monkey Indiana.
And we'll go to Abel.
I put it in brackets, but I believe it's a capsule.
We'll go to Dean
Monkey.
and Antonio.
Monkey.
Monkey is correct. It is a capuchin only, and I only know that because of the night at the museum. But that will bring us to the end of round number one. Galac-Deez Nuts in the lead with 18 to the Bourne Ideantity's 15. But anything can happen as we get into round number two. Round number two is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. They'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless they like check down a multiple choice. In which case, it'll only be worth 1, but be on the lookout for stealings available in round number 2. Categories on the wheel today are horror icons, epic adventures, YA, James Bond, Law and Order, creature features, criminal underworld, and wizarding world. With that being said, Galac-Deez Nuts here in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
What do you feel like doing?
I never know what these. They always bite us up, but I always feel like it's best to go second. But I don't know. That's how you feeling. What's your
Let's go
vibe?
first.
Yeah, you feeling it? All right, he's feeling it. I trust the vibe, especially with those glasses.
First it is. All right, Galac-Deez Nuts, this is your first spin.
Well, I was like this far off from saying repeat on that Disney question because I was between Luisa and Julieta. I think we should spin this again.
Yeah, you spin again.
All right, lands on YA. This is your second spin. And it lands on the Wizarding World.
That's fine.
All right.
Galac-Deez Nuts, I'll be giving you your questions in the category The Wizarding World. Are you prepared for them?
Yes,
I
sir.
hope Antonio is.
Okay, your first question. Which Wizarding World film features a newspaper editor whose son is running for political office?
That's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, the first one. So yeah, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Final answer.
That is correct. 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Lucius Malfoy in the Wizarding World?
You want to say it?
Jason, wait, is it Isaac or Isaacs?
Jason Isaacs.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Jason Isaacs. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Always trips me up.
You got it.
Your third question. In Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, after trying and failing to produce a Patronus charm for the first time, Harry tells Lupin that he was thinking of the first time he did what specifically, which wasn't strong enough.
He rode a broom. First time he rode a broom.
Yeah, I feel like is it? Yeah, because I was gonna say caught the snitch, but that's not it.
No, it's the first time he rode a broom or flew. But I think he said rode a broom.
That's
Flying.
fine. Go with it.
The first time he rode a broom. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Why is a broom not hard?
Your penultimate question. Which Wizarding World character said the quote, "I will not pay to have some crackpot old fool teach him magic tricks"?
That's Uncle Vernon, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
And he's a character, right?
yeah. It's in the first. It's in the first movie, I think.
I agree.
All right,
Right.
Uncle Vernon. Final answer.
That is correct. For 2 more points.
Nice.
And Galac-Deez, that's your final question in the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, what specific type of food does Malfoy send through the Vanishing Cabinet?
An apple.
Apple. Right? Yeah. All right, go for it.
An apple. Final answer.
And that is correct. For 2 more points and a clean sweep of the Wizarding World, Galac-Deez nuts gets their score up to 28. Bourne Identity still at 15 as we bring back up the wheel. Hobby. Bourne Identity, this will be your first spin.
Spence, you want to spin first, and then Dean, you decide?
Lands on YA. Oh, what
right.
will you do?
I think we probably keep that.
I
Right.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. Y'all got this. Multiple if you need to. Don't forget. Don't be embarrassed about it. It's a cool thing. Multiple choices there for a reason.
All right, I'll breathe. Don't worry.
He's talking about. He's talking about multiple choice, like wearing your seatbelt. That's fine. All right. Bourne Identity. I'll be giving you questions in the category of YA. Are you prepared for them?
Yes.
Do it.
Your first question. Which YA film features characters getting separated from the group after failing to take a zip line with the rest of them?
So that's the Scorched Trials, I think. Pretty sure.
If you're confident, go for it. I'm blanking right now.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Scorched Trials, final answer.
That's correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Hunger Games host Lucky Flickerman in the Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes?
Jason Schwartzman.
Do it.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. In Divergent, how does Triss scare off the birds in her final Dauntless simulation test in front of Janine?
Fire, right?
The final one in front of Janine. Yeah, I think it's fire.
Yeah, she starts a fire. Or
Yeah.
Starts a fire? Yeah, starts a fire. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah.
Fire would have been.
And-
Your penultimate question. What specifically does Jacob drop on the ground as he runs off into the woods at the beginning of Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1?
I'm going to say his shirt. I don't think that's right.
I might need a repeat. Specifically, does he drop on the ground, breaking down part 1?
I'm going with a repeat. Like, I need.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you read the question?
All right, that is your second repeat. The question again. What specifically does Jacob drop on the ground as he runs off into the woods at the beginning of Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1?
If you want to go multiple, I think that's fine. I think
Yeah.
shirt is like specific enough because like an article of clothing would be like the general version of it.
True. Yeah, true. I think we go multiple though. It's not coming to me.
Yeah, multiple choice, please.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Bella's scarf, B, a wedding invitation, C, movie tickets, or D, an engagement ring?
It's got to be the wedding invitation that happens in that movie.
I was thinking that too. If you're confident, I'd say go for it. I was thinking maybe use one of the options.
Yeah. Let's use a repeat of the options just to hear them all again.
Yeah,
Repeat
that
options, please.
Your options again are A, Bella's scarf, B, a wedding invitation, C, movie tickets, or D, an engagement ring.
I think you're
Yes.
right. I think he's like,
Got it.
I think he's like pressuring her about like, oh, it's dangerous or whatever.
Yeah, he's just mad. Yeah, he's mad about it. It's got to be.
Yeah. For it.
Yeah. Wedding invitation, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
I think
All
shirts
right, Bourne,
are
I'm going to your final question in YA. Which YA villain said the quote, "Where's Loverboy? Oh, I see, you're going to help him, right? Well, that's sweet. You know, it's too bad you couldn't help your little friend."
It's one of the girls. It's one of the female from first movie in Hunger Games.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Is that
Okay.
Glimmer?
Maybe.
I'm fine with
Oh.
multiple because I fucked
Okay.
these names up pretty
Got
bad.
it.
Let's just do multiple then.
Yeah, multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Kato, B, Peter, C, Victoria, or D, Clove?
Is Clove a girl?
It's Clove, yeah, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Can we
I'm
use we'll use the repeat of the options one more time, right?
Yeah,
we got one more.
Yeah.
Okay. Repeat the options.
Your options again are A, Kato, B, Peter, C, Victoria, D, Clove.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck Victoria is, but then Clove would be the other girl.
Yeah.
All right, Clove. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Job.
Victoria is in the Twilight franchise.
Right. I didn't think that she was in the Hunger Games.
Bourne Identity with a sweep of YA gets their score up to 23. 23-28. We have a 5-point game going into round number 3 here. So our round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom fights. Once the players get a category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions to begin round number 3?
We have one repeat.
You have 1 repeat. Galac-Deez Nuts has 2.
Okay.
And the first category in round 3 you can bet points on is the Worlds of DC. Let's get bets starting with Galac-Deez Nuts. Who will be taking it for how much?
It's me with this one too.
Yeah.
And the Bourne Identity.
I'll go to.
All right, your question in the Worlds of DC. How does Ignacio, a.k.a. OMAC, kill Victoria Cord in Blue Beetle? This was a very average movie that I remember nothing about and probably should watch again. Okay.
It's definitely a movie.
5, 4,
I'll take a
3,
repeat.
2. All right, that is Galac-Deez Nuts' second repeat. The question again. How does Ignacio, a.k.a. OMAC, kill Victoria Cord in Blue Beetle?
Yeah.
You know, most Beetles. Actually, maybe some of them are blue.
They're like greenish.
I would say I'm confident in my statement that most aren't.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
I'm not
2,
happy with that.
1. Pens down. We'll start with Abel.
I said explosion as in he blows her up.
We'll go to Spence.
I think like the suit self-destructs. So yeah, explosion.
Both correct for 2 points. Spence laid it out specifically, but yes, that is explosion is all we were looking for. 2 points apiece is 30 to 25. As you get to the next category that Antonio and Dean have to take, that category is Marvel. Let's get bets starting with Dean.
2.
And Antonio.
Deuce.
Alrighty, 2 points apiece. Your question in the category of Marvel is as follows. Who kills the mutant Callisto, one of Magneto's henchmen with the power of super speed in X-Men The Last Stand? Movie sucks.
I don't hate it.
It like grew on me in the sense that later movies were worse, but in more annoying ways. So like, I guess I could appreciate it for just being bad because like it's bad.
It's the Spider-Man 3 of the X-Men movie.
That kind of tells you you're in a sad place as far as movies go. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat, please.
All right, that was Bourne Identity's final repeat. The question again. Who kills the mutant Callisto, one of Magneto's henchmen with the power of super speed in X-Men The Last Stand? They had so many more stands after that. And just that phrase in general, The Last Stand, like that's dumb because if you win, then you would have future stands in the future. If anything, they should have lost, and then the title would be accurate. They made like 12 more movies after this. I'm now even more upset. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Dean.
Couldn't remember. Gene.
And Antonio.
Storm.
And your winners Galac-Deez Nuts Storm was the correct answer. And with that, Antonio puts the match just out of reach with a final score of tallies time to count 32-23. Yeah, 32-23. Great match overall. The score is definitely a little wider than is representative of the match, but it's because of that last swing on that last question. It was very close throughout. Otherwise, this is a stacked tournament. We got very, very good teams in there. And Dean and Spence, I think they play this good in any other match, and they probably beat the people they're playing against. It just so happened that they went up against a team that missed 2 questions, 1 each, and were a sister's name from Encanto off of a perfect game as a team, which hasn't happened before. So crazy stuff happening here today. Let's see how the teams are feeling in the post-match interviews. Bourne Ideantity, Galac-Deez Nuts is right that you have a name and people poke fun, myself included. But eventually, if you accomplish enough things, the name morphs. You give respect to the name. Like Galac-Deez Nuts, yes, it's a silly name, but now when I think of Galac-Deez Nuts, I think of, damn, the team that took Duel of the Fates to the limit, almost won the belts, came in at the number 2 seed in the tournament, like a killer team. I definitely think we can see that about the two of you in the future because you played fantastic today. You played great in your first match. Even in this loss, you still only missed 6 questions, which for a team is insane. 15 in round 1 is nothing to sneeze at. You have lost here today, evening out your record at 1-1, but against a team that missed 2 questions total. How are you feeling? Have you taken away wins from this, even though you won't be moving on in the tournament?
I am so proud of Dean, and I'm going to say that all the time because he's very aware of, like, last season sort of sucked. And the knowledge was all there, just it wasn't – you couldn't pull it quite well. That dude's fucking brain muscles are so much stronger. He's fucking lugging a boat behind him. I know how strong he is. And we went up against, I guess in that metaphor, the fucking iceberg that sunk the Titanic. Like, what are you going to do against people who almost fucking beat Duel of the Fates? Like, I think we did pretty good. We were 1 Disney animation question from, like, 2 more points, a little over them, but what are you going to do with that round 3? That was a question that I didn't know in the Marvel because, what are you going to do? But that sort of speaks to the strength of the division. Real fucking good teams everywhere. It's hard and it sucks. But you know what? It's fun, right? That's why we're all doing this, because it's fun and not painful.
Yeah, that's the hope, at least. Dean, Spence is right. You are having a killer comeback year. This match certainly does not negate any of that, like including your team's match, because like I said, even in this loss, this was still a great performance. But you're killing it in singles as well. This is a good comeback year for you. Even with this loss, how's this year feeling at this point? We're at about the midway point.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling good, feeling better than last year. I mean, to be honest, last year I didn't really care too much about Fandom. I was just kind of coming and playing. But then I kind of fell in love with it. So now I want to do well. And I think we did that today. I think we played awesome today. It really sucks to have to go into the second question of round 3 in a category I'm not comfortable in, and I'm looking up against 30 points already. That's a problem. We have to go for it there. I don't want to go for it there, but we have to. And I don't remember that movie very well. As soon as I saw Storm, that made sense. That made a lot more sense to me. But yeah, I think we played great today. There's nothing to take away from this, but that we're a pretty strong team.
Great. Well, Dean, I'm happy you're in love, but from everyone to you, please know it's the most toxic relationship you'll ever be in. But Javi, thoughts about Bourne Ideantity's performance today and their chances in the future?
It is a toxic relationship. That's a good way to describe it. But it's run by good people, and that's what we love. Yeah, I think Bourne Ideantity played really well. Galac-Deez Nuts are one of the best teams right now. Top 5, definitely. Like, it's not even close. And that's including champions, in my opinion. Yeah, I think they're just doing great. Abel is a singles champ for a reason. Antonio's a fantastic player as well. Bourne Ideantity is going to be back. We just need to sharpen up a few more things. I'll take the L on the Marvel thing because that was me saying, "Hey, we need to climb."
We would have lost anyways. Like
That's true.
Yeah, we have to go for it.
That's fair. Yeah, you know what? That's true. Never mind. It's all on you.
There's
You
like
did. You
four
blew it.
movies it
I'm
could have
there.
been from, and I would have got it right.
Yeah.
So-
No, but it was good. Maybe we should have challenged on Luisa. Maybe we could have gotten something there or whatever, or Isabella. I don't know, but either way, great game to them. We'll be back. We'll probably play. I don't know, someone else who's 1-1.
Who do you want to play? Good.
We all want to play someone easy, but like who's fucking 1-1? I don't know what order this shit comes out in, but we could be playing fucking Jack and Albert, or Tim and Tyler probably win their next match and we play them. We're fucked. Like this division
take
is
them
so strong. No, I'll happily. I want revenge on fucking Tyler Bueller, but I want to play his ass. Can I get anybody else?
Well, how about this? What if you guys can play Dumb and Dumbledore?
No.
All
Have
right.
you seen that fucking man? I can barely beat his beard, let alone him.
Thwipit is 1-1 at the moment.
Oh, Whippet's good.
Give me Payson's ass.
Yeah, I need revenge on
Whippet's good.
Payson.
I like. You know what? I really genuinely like. Not because I think they'd be easy. I think that's just actually a good match because like
It'd be a
Payson
fun
and
time.
Redshaw are players that don't study fandom because it's for fandom, but they just know a lot. So it's a good dynamic. I think that'd be fun, and they're friends.
Sounds like a plan, potentially, maybe. Probably not. We'll see, though.
Okay.
Bourne,
Well, that's a bummer.
congratulations on a match well played. We will see you post-tournament.
Give me that
Yeah.
doc.
Galac-Deez nuts. This was a way to make a statement, let me tell you that. One Encanto away from a double perfect round. Only 2 teams have ever gotten a double perfect round before. And no team has ever played a fully perfect game. So if you get that, you guys hit that question and get the bonus, and you're looking at history in the making. I think a lot of people are coming into this tournament, seeing what Joe and Igor are doing, saying like, hey, like who's going to stop them? They're on a tear. They're knocking out teams left and right. It's just a matter of time before Joe's challenging the team's belt again. I've heard that from a lot of people. I think there's also chance rule of 2s in there. They've challenged for the belts before. There's maybe a couple people who could play spoiler, but after a performance like this, I think you are the team that people need to spoil because that's insane. What you just did today is nothing short of insane and absolutely fantastic. I think you guys are the team to beat. I'll just say, even with Joe and Igor in there, we don't know how they did in their first match. I mean, at this point in real time we do, but in like real life we haven't shot it yet, so we don't know how they did. But lots of good teams. Young Justice is making fantastic waves, but I think you guys are the team to beat, and I wholeheartedly mean that. Thoughts on today's match, and what are you doing anything different? Are you like how hard are you trying to win this tournament?
I'll turn it over to this guy.
I always sing Abel's praises every time we have a dominant performance like this, and I'm always just gonna say that I'm at least just still trying to catch up to him because I feel like he's insane with his knowledge, and I'm just still I'm curious to see what happens when I do get to that just level of easiness with the knowledge. So, but yeah, I will say I am really working hard. I really want to earn the title with this guy because he's he's my brother, my partner, and yeah, I'm gonna be really just upset because my stepdaughter's name is Isabella, and I'm like right there. And it's like so it's like yeah, like I need to rewatch that movie. It's just like
I was this close to repeating because at the last second I was like, wait, Luisa's definitely won. And then I was like, oh. But I was like, I'm sure there's a Julieta, but it's her mom.
It's her,
Right.
It's your mom or aunt or something. But yeah, there is a Julieta
But
there.
I'm really hyped up for this tournament. I really feel like Abel deserves it, and I'm just trying to like really earn really being his partner and really like get that title. That's what I've always wanted for like a long time, and to get it with Abel would be such an amazing accomplishment.
If anyone deserves it, it's you, buddy. So let's go and fucking get it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, in order for you to go and get it, as you will, you're going to have to keep performances like this up. I'm very excited for you next. So you're in the semifinals now because it's an 8-team tournament. This was technically the quarterfinals, even though it was round 1. So you're already moving on to the semifinals, which I'm excited because you went out in the semifinals of last year's tournament to the same team you'll be playing in the semifinals of this year's tournament. It's a rematch against Rule of 2. They did in their first round match. They won last time. The way you guys are playing, I think it could be yours this time. But that feels like an even match every time, and I'm excited to see it.
They won on sudden death. Okay, let's have
that.
You've never beaten Robert. Tell me about that.
Me?
Kastner.
I play. No, he was until very recently my only singles defeat.
The only single defeat. Yeah.
Yeah, I have played him.
Yeah. Do you want to beat him? Like, how are
Of
you?
course, he's the only person I've never beaten before.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
That's why I'm so annoyed.
Cool.
What? I hate that guy. I can't stand him.
No.
No, I think I'm excited. Like I said, I think you two teams are really evenly matched, and anytime you guys play, it's going to be a good match. If you play like this, you got it in the bag, and you might have this whole tournament in the bag. So, guys, congratulations on the win. Fantastic stuff. We'll see you in round number 2, the semifinals. Good shit.
Thank you.
And that'll bring us to the end of this here team's quarterfinal first round match of the tournament. Great one. Unbelievable performance put in by Galac-Deez Nuts. Great performance put in by the Bourne Ideantity. I'm excited to see them both back. Hopefully you are too. Be sure to check out all the other matches. We are right in the heat of the tournament. So lots of stuff going on. Check it all out. Thank you to the Bourne Ideantity. Thank you to Javi for managing. Thank you to Galac-Deez Nuts. Thank you to Tim for editing this one. And we'll see you all next time on another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.